All right, girls, welcome to tonight's team call. It is May. It is the first Monday of the month. Okay. So that means it is a fresh slate to start moving forward and growing towards whatever goals you have set for yourself. We all start at the same point as of yesterday. Okay. The first of every month, we all start at SC0. We haven't enrolled anybody. None of us have enrolled any coaches for the month. So I want you to know that we are all on the same playing field and it's an opportunity to take a step forward and go for your goals. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about goals versus mission. Hopefully, you listened to that live that I put in the team page on, goodness, now I don't even remember, Wednesday or Thursday. And I gave you some questions to kind of work through. And if you haven't done that yet, it's not the end of the world, but pencil it in your calendar and get it done this week. Because if you just keep putting it off, it's not going to get done, right? It's just going to be one of those things like, oh, it's all right if I don't. Oh, it's all right. You guys, it's vital that you identify those questions and you kind of brainstorm and just get your thoughts on paper so that that way you understand what your mission is with coaching and what you really want to work towards, because it's so easy to throw goals out there, or what you should be at, or what you think you should be at, or what you should be working towards. But if that doesn't align with you or your heart or the mission, the reason that you're really here, you're not going to show up for those goals. And then you're going to feel frustrated and you're going to feel like a failure because you put out there and you shared with the team or myself or your upline that you wanted to reach X, Y, and Z, and you haven't taken the steps forward for it yet. You have to have that connection so that you show up and do the work. Okay. It's not about what I want. It's not about what Kate wants. It's not about what Beachbody's parameter is or what their benchmarks are to show you. Those are there for guidelines. This absolutely has to be about what is in your heart, what serves your purpose. Okay. And how we can work together as a team to achieve those goals. Okay. The whole theme for this month is leading with love. Being successful coaches aren't coaches who go out there and sell the most challenge packs and go out there and enroll the most coaches. The coaches who have the most success long term and who build a solid business are those who are here to serve and help others and who lead with heart. They lead with authenticity and they lead with their mission. Okay. They lead with the excitement of the change that they're creating for themselves. And they know that if they get these tools into someone else's hands and they put them in the community, plug them into our community, that those people are going to have success too. And we all know that, right? We just get in our heads about the accolades, the benchmarks, and the daily to-dos that we maybe feel overwhelmed with, or when life is a bit hard. So I would love for you to put in the chat, and please put it in the chat, because y'all get like real nervous or whatever. And you just, when I say put something in the chat and nobody does anything, I want you to put in the chat what your goal is for 2022. What is your coaching goal for 2022? And I will share mine as you guys are putting that in the chat, and then I will read through those. My personal goal for our team this year is to be 5-star. We have talked about that 5-star diamond elite in 2023. What does that mean? That means that 3 more coaches will advance their business to diamond. Now, that is a goal or a benchmark, right? And I just said that we can't be totally connected to that. But I know, because I've been in this business for almost 10 years, and we're going to come back to that. I know that many of you have the big goal of diamond. And by me putting the goal for the team at 5-star, that means our team has linked arms and we are growing forward together, because I can't get there by myself. And you guys can't get there by yourselves either. We are all a team, and we are all intertwined, and we are all connected together. What we do helps each other, right? So I know that by putting 5-star out there, it gives those of you who are pushing for diamond this year a little bit of extra push to go after that goal and make it happen. But I also know that as we push ourselves outside of our comfort zone, that allows us and our impact to be greater. That allows us to help more people and serve more people and get these tools and resources in more women's hands to empower them, to inspire them, to lift them up and help them feel seen, to let them know they are heard and that they are worthy of making time for themselves. Okay, so I'm going to read a couple of them that you guys put in here really quick. Okay, so as I'm reading these that you guys have already shared, I would love to know, where are you now? Where are you at right now as a coach? Are you Emerald? Where are you at with your business? Okay, so type that in the chat as well. So Lisa shared that she would like to help at least 3 more people. That's awesome, Lisa. Is that for this month? Is that for this year? What is that goal for, to help at least 3 more people? Mia says, I would love to reach and sign up 3 people every month, and I want to advance to diamond. Leah, to jump in, be consistent in my accountability for myself and get to Emerald. I am at ground 0. So you are a coach, which, hey, we all started there. Every single, even the top earner in the business started as a coach. Okay. So we all start as brand new coaches. So where you are now and what your goals are for the year, there's a gap there, right? There's a gap between where we are now and where we want to go. And that's where most of us get hung up. It seems like it is so far away, or that the tasks that have to be accomplished or put into routine, or that we have to tackle consistently, can seem overwhelming. We maybe aren't really sure where to start, and it can make that goal seem far away. And so we wait for the motivation or that spark under our ass to show up, right? And maybe when we're brand new as a coach, we're really excited and we want to help people, and maybe we hear a couple no's, or we don't get any messages back, but we know that they saw the message. What starts to happen? That excitement and that motivation starts to dwindle a bit, right? This is why it is so important for us to identify our mission, because motivation comes and goes. Motivation is not going to get you from where you are and where you want to be by the end of the year. Okay, let's tell it how it is. Because are you motivated when your alarm goes off in the morning? I don't know about you. If you are, let me know what you're drinking, because I am not motivated when my alarm goes off at 4 a.m. No, I want to go back to sleep and tell my alarm to be quiet. But I am disciplined and I am focused on the mission I am serving, not only for myself, but for our team and those who are following. So I want to read to you. I know I've been all over this book, you guys, but I'm going to tell you another one at the end of this call. Go get this book. I don't care where you are in this business, go get the book. Kristen Boss has an amazing podcast, but this book is all about leading with heart and purpose, and not being salesy and not hustling your ass to death and burning out. That's 100% what the core of our business needs to be. Okay. So in this chapter, she talks about the myth of motivation. So I'm just going to come out and say it. Motivation is crap. It is the cheapest and most ineffective fuel that people depend on to chase their dreams. Most people think the problem that is keeping them from their goals and getting the results they want is lack of motivation. It's like they believe the magical motivation fairy is going to wave a wand over them while they sleep, and they will wake up in the morning bright-eyed and ready to crush their goals and seize the day. I see it all the time. We write to-do lists, we fill out our goal trackers, and we put post-its on our mirror, and we buy pretty planners with motivational quotes that say, "You can do hard things, reach for the moon, and you'll land among the stars. Stop wishing, start doing. The early bird gets the worm. What if I fall? Oh, darling, but what if you fly?" Barf. These are just pretty words and glitter. If they were real truths on post-it notes, here are the things I would actually say. Something is going to go wrong today. Decide you have the capacity to handle it. Someone is going to judge you today. Decide now that it doesn't matter. You will likely fail today, and that is okay. Most great people do. Failure is non-negotiable on the path to success. It will probably take you longer than you thought, but it will still be worth it. You'll be tempted to quit today. That is normal. Keep going. You have got to stop relying on fluffy words that make you feel good in order to take action towards your goals. These phrases make us feel temporarily motivated, inspired, enthusiastic, and confident. Anyone can take action when feeling a positive emotion, but motivation is the most unreliable emotion to depend on. It's never there when you need it. And when it's missing, instead of taking action and doing the hard thing, you go on a quest to find more motivation. You listen to podcasts, you meditate, you smell your oils, you make another vision board, you watch a motivational speaker on YouTube, all while you could have actually been doing the work to get yourself one step closer to your dreams. In your pursuit to motivation, you miss out on opportunities to get closer to the results that you want. So I'm not gonna read through the whole chapter, but I really wanted to share, and I will screenshot the truths about how the day will go, because I think that those are really powerful and very good reminders. And they're things that we all know, you guys, but we tend to get hung up on where we should be or where so-and-so is, or why it looks easier for the next person, or so-and-so signed up after me and they're already further ahead, whatever it is, right? We get sucked into the negative loop and the stories that we tell ourselves, the stories that we aren't good enough, that it's too hard for us, and why you should throw in the towel. This is why going back to that live I did in the team page last week and answering those questions is going to be vital to you keeping your sanity and going after your dreams. You guys, you are worth it, and you are capable. You are beyond capable, and every single one of you has a powerful story. We just have to quit telling ourselves all the reasons why we can't or we haven't, and look at all the opportunities to take a step forward and grow, right? It's so much like our health and fitness journey. Just because we maybe aren't going to have solid rock hard abs in 6 months, does that mean that you don't show up and fuel your body with good foods and learn how to be better with nutrition and move your body and create energy now, because it's going to take you 6 months or a year or 2 years? No, that's insanity. We have to allow ourselves to be a beginner and be in the season that we are and grow forward. Okay. So, this leads me up to the challenge that we are going to take as coaches this month. I have shared the details with you in the Facebook thread. Hopefully you have had a chance to print off the materials. I printed 5 weeks for myself and started filling mine out. You guys, I mean, do with it what you want, but I spent a lot of time making these graphics and putting the content together to help you have some guidance and feel like you have structure, so you don't feel like you're flailing. Okay. You don't have to use them, But I strongly encourage you, if you have these goals, to go after and step outside of your comfort zone and grow a little bit more and just take a step forward each day and to help people. Like, that's why we're all here, right? Is to help people. This is how we do it. So I would like to screen share. I'm just going to go through. Well, I guess I probably should have tried this. Maybe it's not going to let me. I don't know how to do this, you guys. I told you. I just want to show you my screen. I don't know why it's doing that. One. Let's try this. It won't let me click it to show it. Okay, well, maybe I'm not going to. I'm going to have to play around with that since it's a new computer and I don't know how to screen share and give accessibility. So essentially, in the Google Drive that I shared with you guys, there is, some of you have already seen it, the Find Your Voice content calendar, and then samples of what you can say for each post. Okay, it kind of helps guide you so that while you're learning to articulate your story and craft a post to share pieces of you and your journey, you can use that. You literally copy and paste it, and there are blanks so you make it about you, right? But it's very cookie cutter, but it is also a great place to start. Okay, it gives you a good starting point. There is also a call to action outline. So Meg shared that. It's just a simple document that gives you, again, some verbiage to kind of utilize and go through to craft posts. Headline posts, the Lead with Love checklist. And then I also created a Lead with Love content calendar that is similar to the Find Your Voice one. However, I crafted it so that it aligns with the calendar that we have for the team. So when we have our challenge group starting, when we have our What is Coaching event coming up, I crafted that the call to action posts were going to be aligned with when those dates were coming in place, so that way it set you guys up for success with having a call to action to invite people, and then you would have an event to invite them to. Okay, does that make sense? And then there's another one that Meg actually shared today, and I put that in the Google Drive as well. That's just another sample PDF of crafting your story and how to piece your story together to craft posts. You guys, at the end of the day, our social media is our storefront. Okay, that's how we create our brand. That is how we show that we are who we are, and that is how we show our consistency with people who are following our story. So the idea behind the Lead with Love is to get consistent in the vital actions, but not just to check off the to-do list, but to lead from the heart and share more of us, to be a little bit more vulnerable, to open up and share our story, and to craft those posts to empower. Kind of the perfect post is where you were, where you're going, or where you were and where you are now, but then bringing in your followers into that story, helping them become the hero of your story. Because there are going to be people that read parts of your breadcrumbing as you're posting little pieces of your story. Because you guys, if you posted your entire story, nobody's going to read it, because from start to finish, all of us have a very long story, right? But if we breadcrumb a little bit here and there in different pieces and parts of our story in our posts, they are going to relate to those little nuggets that we're giving them. And so we want to help them see that they can do it too. Okay, we want to help transition them across that gap, right? We want to help them see where they are now. Maybe they relate to where you were and where they can be if they just take a step forward each day. Okay, so The next thing I wanted to talk about is May is a very special month because on May 15th, I will have been a coach for 10 years. On May 15th, it is my 10-year anniversary that I said yes to sharing my story and taking that leap of faith. I had zero clue what I was doing. I really didn't want anything to do with coaching. I just wanted the discount on Shakeology, right? But if I could help a couple people here and there, I was all for it. And while I didn't really start working my business for about 18 months to 24 months, it was almost 2 full years before I really dove into working the business. I still had that fire starting, right? I had that little flame inside me because I did help a couple people right off the bat. And I did know that some people were following and were inspired by my story. And so it's really exciting that I had no idea where this would go. But now we have this amazing team of like all of your faces. We have such an amazing team, you guys, in our wellness group, that community and the message threads that we have, like there's nothing like it. And I think that's so freaking cool that we get to be a part of that and call that ours, right? That we all contribute to the vibe of those groups and those chat threads and the energy that we all bring to the table. It is an absolute blessing. And I'm so honored and proud of our team. And I'm really excited for this year still. I know that it's May and many of us maybe feel like we've already kind of missed the mark. We didn't hit the ground running, but you guys don't have that mentality. It's only May, right? There are still 8 months left to really freaking move forward, right? Think about where you were 8 months ago and how much you have grown, where you could be in another 8 months. Okay, so let's move forward. All right, it's a fresh month. We are going to get excited about our mission. We are going to tap into why we are here and our purpose. And we are going to get excited about leading with love and helping empower those around us. Okay, the last thing I want to close with really quick. Actually, I'm going to check the chat and make sure nobody else said anything. Yes, Mia, these are the quotes. I know. I will take a screenshot of that and put it in the comments for you guys because they were when I read that this morning, I was like, oh my God, yes. And Anya says, I'm not sure what my goal is right now. I just started as a coach. My focus is really just helping others get started with their health journeys. And that is exactly what this is about. Leading with your heart and just helping others. You guys, at the end of the day, if we really tap in and hone into just helping others, the accolades, the rank, the income, that is all a product. Hitting those goals are all a product of how many people we help. Okay, that's inevitable when we focus on just loving people and helping them. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap it up with, I already plugged Kristen's book, but Pivot to Purpose by Kristen Boss. She also has an amazing podcast. And then the other book that I started on Audibles today, because I had 9 Audible credits and I'm like, I need to, yeah. I've been loving my physical books, so I haven't been buying Audible books lately. But I started Choose Your Story, Change Your Life by Kendra Hall. And she so much talks about that gap of where we are now and our Emerald City. She talks about Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz a lot and how we want to go to our dream life or the Emerald City. And she talks about the reason that we stay stuck in those gaps or we don't even take that step forward is because of the inner dialogue, the stories that we tell ourselves, why we can't, why we aren't, why we haven't, all of those things. And it is like she is sucking me in. I'm only in chapter 2 and I'm like, oh my God, this is so good. So I highly recommend that book, especially if you find yourself struggling. She has 2 books out. The other one is Stories That Stick. That is more about articulating your story and sharing your story authentically with those around you. This one is Choose Your Story, Change Your Life. So it's more about your inner dialogue and the stories that you tell yourself. So I highly recommend checking that book out. Yeah, that's all I have for tonight. If you guys don't have any questions, I'll let you get on with your evening. I love seeing all your faces on here. Selena, it was so good to see you. Yes. So, oh, Lisa just said, I'm gonna read this really quick just to make sure she doesn't have any questions. Yeah, show up for you every day before you show up for everyone else. Caring, loving wife, mother. Yeah. To live life to the fullest. Your days are numbered, so live each day or each one as your last. It would be inspiring and helping so many people that I lose count. Traveling the world with my family and making a lifelong memories. I love that. Living my life for me and letting the world see how I can help them. And you guys, just remember, with each life that we touch, another person is healthier, another person is happier. And if we just create a little bit more happiness, one person at a time, imagine how much better our world could be by just showing love and kindness. It could be really remarkable, quite honestly. So, think about those questions. I will get the other questions posted in the chat. I'll get the recording up. I love you all. Thank you all for being on live tonight. I hope this was helpful. I'm excited to tackle the Lead with Love. Make sure you have your tracker and you start printing it off. I'm going to ask for them once a week so we can just see where we're at. Don't worry about being perfect. Just start, okay? Just start. And Selena, if you want me to add you to that message thread, I am more than happy to, girlfriend. So that way you can do the challenge with us. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you all. Thank you for being patient with me and my